Hello everyone, welcome to the IAS Mentor Ancient History series. We are continuing Indus Valley Civilization. In previous video, we have seen the importance of discovery of Indus Valley Civilization and the origin of Indus Valley Civilization. In this video, we will see what are the features. This is the language of UPSC mains. This part is very important for the mains also, at the same time prelims. With respect to prelims, UPSC asks which kind of evidence come from which place. That is prelims perspective. But mains perspective, UPSC will ask, explain about the water management system of Indus Valley Civilization. Explain about urban features of Indus Valley Civilization. Or simply explain about the salient features of Indus Valley Civilization. Therefore, our main core element of this video is salient features. Salient features. In UPSC mains examination, this can be one word. Another term, explain about the characteristics. That means qualities. In previous video, we have seen this is one of the great civilizations humanity ever seen in 2000 BCE. Very few, only 4 civilizations existed at that point of time. So naturally, it is very special with respect to Indian history. But what are those special qualities? What are those special characteristics? Why we are so proud of Indus Valley Civilization? Salient features are characteristics of Indus Valley Civilization. Time period is this one, 3200 BC to 1300 BC, before Common Era. Here, characteristics and salient features of IVC means generally it is expected to write the qualities during mature phase. 3 phases are there in the evolution. Not all of a sudden, British used to tell that is foreign origin theory, but archaeology has proved them wrong. It is not a sudden one, it is a gradual one. That phase is known as early Harappan phase. After reaching the peak, mature Harappan phase, and down it is a late Harappan phase. So this phase is known as early Harappan. You may get the question that what is this Indus Valley Civilization? You may be curious to know. On one side I am saying Indus Valley Civilization, on the other side I am writing Harappan. Is there any linkage or are there two different things? Let us see. This is early Harappan phase. And last phase is late Harappan phase. Late Harappan phase. And this is the peak stage that is known as mature Harappan phase. Mature Harappan phase. Time period. It started rising 3200 BC onwards, it started rising. In 2600 BCE, it reached peak stage. Here, mature Harappan qualities, mature Harappan salient features we have to see. Otherwise, most of the world is in hunting gathering stage or domestication of animals or agriculture phase. This phase is that only. This phase is that beginning, or after decline once again, it is like back to roots. But specialty of IVC lies in this mature phase. That is 2600 to 1900 BC. The term civilization, that civilization means advanced phase, educated phase, urban phase, city life. When most of the world is living in less advanced, no education, they don't even know how to write, they were living in forests and rural areas, but these people lived very advanced life. That is where these salient features and characteristics. What is our evidence? Is there any written record? They know the script. They have written, but we are yet to decipher it, understand it. That's why this phase is also known as a proto-historic period. Let me show you the images. This is the place. This is the place where core Indus Valley Civilization flourished. This is the building. You can see this. This is a place called Mohenjo-daro. It appears like this is a city. You just visualize. This is the remnant of Indus Valley Civilization, remnant of Mohenjo-daro, a place, a city in Indus Valley Civilization that flourished how many years ago? 4,000 years earlier, 4,500 years earlier. 4,000 years earlier, now you imagine if this is existing today, 4,000 years ago, you just visualize what kind of city life. This is a city now. Based on this only, archaeologists visualized what kind of city they would have built at that point of time. When people don't even know how to produce their crops, but Indus Valley people lived in cities. They know how to make the bricks. They know how to maintain the roads very straight. It is not very haphazard manner, very straight grid-like. As even modern day cities also are not there like this. That is the specialty. You see this? And proper town planning, upper town, lower town. Water management, because when there is a town, you have to supply the water to each and every house. House is also properly structured, properly constructed. The strength you see, if this is the evidence that survived for 4,000 years, now you see the technology which made them to create these kind of cities. That is where specialty of IVC. Next one. These are some of the images. Near Harappa, we got these terracotta images. Based on this, we have some idea that what kind of animals they were knowing, what kind of taste, what kind of pottery, the style of the pottery. And observe that even today also we are following the same. That's where there is another question in UPSC that what are the continuous element, what elements of IVC are continuing even today also. Even today also we are doing the same style of pottery. Whatever they have given, whatever knowledge they have given, still continuing. So that means, were they advanced or today we are advanced? Even after 4,000 years ago, even after 4,000 years also, still we are using the similar structure created by them. That means how advanced they are. That means whatever shape, whatever the method they created, it survived and continuously surviving after 4,000 years also. That shows how advanced they are. Next one. This is the location of different places. This is the person, Alexander Cunningham, first Director General, initiated the process. Later, some other people also contributed for Indus Valley Civilization discovery. He is R.D. Banerjee. He was very instrumental in discovering Mohenjo-daro, excavating Mohenjo-daro. John Marshall, he was the one Director General when it was announced that to the outside world that Indus Valley Civilization exists. This is the place. This is the map. You see this boat you can see. And this is how archaeologists, because nothing is written, we cannot read and understand about them. Only based on such kind of evidences we have to see. If they have created this means they are having this kind of lifestyle. They are having this kind of boats. This is an image only, but image means in real life that kind of boat is there. They just replicated for toys, for playing, for children, or just for keeping in the homes. This is how terracotta. You can see this. This is the place. These are the structures. This is how it looks in the present day times. You see this? Even today also we are using the same thing. Now after 4,000 years also we are using same means. Were they advanced or we are advanced? So they are so advanced, the technique they developed survived after 4,000 years also. Now it shows how advanced in their thinking. You can see this. That is what continuity of the element. Next one, this is the kind of pottery, weights and measures, different weights and measures. This kind of evidence shows that how importance they have given to trade. This kind of, you can see beads, terracotta image. This is one kind of animal. So these images are giving us some kind of glimpse into the life of those people. If they are having an image like this, means either they are visualizing this kind of animal, or they must have knowledge of this kind of animal. The person look like this. Archaeologists and scholars interpret him as a kind of priest. And it is not just outlook. You see what kind of fashion they are showing in this image. Now you see bearded priest. Some people called him as a priest, bearded priest. And the style of the beard, that means stylish, importance given to style, fashion. You see the designs of the cloth, textile. Textile means they must be knowing how to weave, textile industry, and also designs, and the importance given to designs, this kind of designs. And also on the head, some kind of pendant he is wearing, like kings used to wear the crown. Maybe that kind of some kind of identity to show that he is some important person. That's why bearded priest, or maybe priest king, we do not know, because nothing is written, it's only our interpretation. Next, this is a male dancing torso, bronze dancing girl. A girl is dancing. Now this is how it looks. This is made with bronze technology also, not stone, not terracotta. Terracotta means clay, not with clay, not with stone, but bronze. Bronze will not come naturally. You have to mix two metals, copper and tin. So that shows how advanced they are. These are all the characteristics. And this made IVC so famous across the world. Because when most of the world, it's like same in the present day context, when many people across the globe don't even realize the full potential of computers. But American technologies, American companies, American society is moving towards artificial intelligence. Now, naturally, it creates a curiosity, interest among others, including India, how Americans are developing like that. Why we are not able to develop? And what made Americans so strong? And what kind of policies, what kind of ecosystem made them such a powerful one? So, naturally, when most of the world is struggling to fight with poverty, inequalities, and so many other issues like terrorism, whereas Americans are developing like that. There is in the present day comparison, like similarly, when most of the world is living in hunting, gathering, and agriculture stage, these people have developed these things. That shows how special and these people are living in India. And this is the same India conquered by British, and they started preaching Indians that we don't know any kind of civilization, but this is proving otherwise. See this, these are so many seals and so many animals on them. They have written something, that is script. Some animals also. Either this is the animal they knew, or some kind of even mythical animals also they printed. Something like unicorn, single horn. Next like this. But we don't know what exactly they have written. This is a bull. Even today also bull is very important. That script we are not able to understand, but they know. Those people know. Otherwise, why they write like that? Like this bull. Now you see this boat. So that means they were knowing boat. That means navy technology, navigation skills also they knew. This is the script, comes from Dholavira. Now you see, as if Shiva is sitting in yogic posture. That's why John Marshall considered this seal as proto-Shiva seal. You can see this like a horns sitting in yogic posture, surrounded with animals, tiger, elephant, rhinoceros, and buffalo, and some deers also near to The person. All these characteristics today, generally this kind of characteristics are associated with Pashupati Deva or Shiva. That's why Shiva concept comes in later time period. After Indus Valley Civilization, Shiva concept will come. But in Indus Valley Civilization, Shiva characteristics were there. That's why John Marshall considered probably they were the one who started worshipping Shiva, and he considered this is the evidence, Proto-Shiva seal. From the prelims point of view, Proto-Shiva seal referred to which civilization? That is Indus Valley Civilization. Seals, you see swastik symbol in the later part of Hinduism, in later time period in Hinduism, swastik became very important symbol of divinity. That is how. You can see what are the continuity of the elements means. Now, whatever they have prepared, whatever they visualized, whatever they used, after 4,000 years also we are following means how advanced they are. That is what that make Indus Valley Civilization very unique. Features. Salient features means one by one. Let us see. Let us understand very systematically. This is three phase. Next one. Name of the civilization. Name of the civilization. When it comes to contemporary civilization, in Nile Valley also one civilization emerged, that is Egyptian civilization. But along the Nile River, these civilizations flourished. That's why it was thought Indus region also enabled these people to survive. That's why it was named as Indus Valley Civilization. Let us say this. This is the region. Indus River. Then Tigris, Euphrates, Yellow River. So this is Yellow River. It is called Yellow River Civilization. Nile River, and this civilization is known as civilization means they also writing, city life, administration life, organized life, advanced life. Pyramids. You might be seeing pyramids. In Egypt, Egypt is known for having pyramids. These pyramids were built during this time period only, contemporary to Indus Valley Civilization only. Tigris River, Euphrates. Initially, when it was discovered, these places are located along Indus River. That's why initially it was named as Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization. But later it's going to be known that not only along Indus River, there are other rivers like Saraswati River. In the present day Rajasthan area, now it is dried. Earlier it is also known as Ghaggar River. It is not only Indus River, even along the river Saraswati also it flourished. That's why another name also came, that is Sindhu Saraswati. Sindhu Saraswati civilization. What is this Sindhu means? Indus is an English word. Indus River is an English word, but Sanskrit name for this is Sindhu Nadi. This is Sanskrit. That's why another name for this is Sindhu Saraswati Sabhyata or Sindhu Saraswati civilization. Another name. These are the prelims questions. Next one. This is one thing. Based on rivers, it can be. But it is going beyond these also. It is going beyond these also. Based on first site called Harappa, Harappan civilization. In archaeology, suppose if there is a site discovered, very special, unique site, prehistoric site or protohistoric site, if this is a place, say like X, suppose if many such settlements emerged along this river, one name should be given to this particular culture or civilization. General is this river name, like Nile River, Nile Valley Civilization, Indus Valley Civilization, Yellow River Civilization. But in this case, it is not only one river, so many rivers, and beyond Indus also it is flourishing. Now, what kind of name you will give for this? This is not on the banks of river. In that condition, archaeologists mark everything. Whatever similar characteristics are there, they club all these areas into one culture. That culture name will be given this particular first name, that X civilization. In this case, the first one which discovered is Harappa city in near present-day Lahore region on the banks of river Ravi river. Ravi is a tributary of Indus, Harappan civilization. That is how. In the future class, we will see different places like Ahar culture, Jorvi culture, Malwa culture. This kind of names emerge. Jorvi is a place. For example, this X is a Jorvi. Then all this along with Jorvi, there will be so many other places also. But as a single unit, all of them clubbed into single name, that is Jorvi culture. That's where Harappan civilization along the river Ravi, that was the first site to be discovered and excavated properly. This also known as Harappan civilization. So Indus Valley civilization, Sindhu Saraswati, Harappan civilization. Now, when it comes to technology wise also, one name they got, they used advanced bronze. When most of the world is using stone tools, but these people advanced, like many African areas, many remote areas of India, they don't even see computer, what is mobile phone, even today also. But some culture civilizations like America is moving advanced and they are going even for the space also. Advanced. When majority of the world is still living in hunting, gathering in forest and just basic agriculture, these people used bronze technology. That's why this is also known as bronze civilization. So, what is the characteristic of this civilization? Means so many names for the same civilization. This bronze, when it comes to prelims examination, bronze emerge out of a combination of which elements? Which metals? Copper plus tin. Copper is the first metal used by entire humans. In India also, after stone tools, copper is used. Copper is used in the early phase. They started experimenting with other metal mixing. By mature phase, they mixed copper plus tin and it resulted in the bronze. So you see this characteristic of mature phase means Bronze Age civilization, usage of bronze. So bronze, it will not come naturally, it has to be what? That means skills must be there to bring this kind of alloy. So bronze is an alloy, Bronze Age civilization. They interacted within themselves and also they used to interact with the neighboring civilization, that is known as Mesopotamia civilization. These people also lived in cities. They are also known for trading activities. These Mesopotamians also interacted with this section of the people. They also have written, they also had script. These people also had script. But this script not yet known to us. We are not yet deciphered, not able to decipher, not yet deciphered. Not yet deciphered. But this is deciphered. They mentioned they had continuous interaction with these people through sea also, through land also. They frequently referred to a civilization called Meluha. Meluha. They have mentioned a name called Meluha. So this Meluha refers to Indus Valley Civilization or Sindhu Saraswati Civilization, Harappan Civilization, Bronze Civilization. The name of Meluha means it is referring to the Indian side civilization by Mesopotamians. Multiple questions are there. Going side by side, prelims questions also, mains question also. Mains question is characteristics of civilization means number one, it emerged in phases. In early phase, beginning of the civilization, it later entered into mature phase and later it declined. So multiple phases are witnessed in this civilization. That is one characteristic. Second characteristic, multiple names for this civilization. Another characteristic. Technology wise, bronze civilization. So it is a bronze civilization. It is known as Meluha. So simply multiple names. So one of the characteristic, one of the specialty of this civilization is it is not that one name, multiple names. Do they know script? Yes. But did we decipher it and able to read them? No. That's why it also known as proto-historic. Proto-historic period. Proto-historic culture or civilization. Clear? This is how. So this is with respect to name of the civilization. Now, when it comes to economic activities, nature or the characteristic quality of this civilization is multiple subsistence strategies. That means they know agriculture, they know artisan activities. That means industrial activities. They produced so many industrial activities and they were having intense trading activities, both internal as well as external. So here characteristic is multiple subsistence strategies. They were producing crops also like Neolithic people with more advanced technologies, artisan activities, trading activities. Next, agriculture, artisan, trading. What about before agriculture? Domestication of animals. Domestication of animals also witnessed. That's why so many animals are seen in the seals. So seal making is a very important industry. Bead making industry. Many crops like rice they know, wheat they know, barley they know, so many crops identified. So agriculture, this is one way of living, getting food. Some people specialized in industrial activities, they need not to go and cultivate every day. They simply depend on those people who are producing agriculture. But the traders, they bring agriculture food from rural areas to the urban areas. And from urban areas, they take whatever requirements are there for rural areas. Well-connected networks developed. Domestication of animals. Multiple subsistence strategies. Another economic activities wise, one of the important characteristic is all this. So we have to see in detail about these economic activities also. First, we are dealing with one topic, that is salient features of Indus Valley Civilization. Economic activities that. Now, what about society of Indus Valley Civilization? When it comes to society, you see this. Different type of pottery you will identify. Different type of terracotta images you will identify. Different type of towns you will identify. Are they village people or urban people? The specialty of IVC is itself urban characteristic. So society is urban in nature. So social dimension, society dimension in characteristic is they lived in cities, urban in nature. But it is not that everyone in the civilization, there are so many places that were discovered, but not every place is urban area. Few places were reached advanced life like this, but majority were living in rural areas only. But when most of the world is everywhere village, but at least some people entered into urban phase, that is why it is urban in nature. Next one. In these urban areas, all sorts of people were there. Multiracial, Proto-Australoid, Negroid, Mongoloid, different racial, different people, or simply multiracial people were living. Simply it is a cosmopolitan nature. That means if you go to any kind of city, say like Delhi or Bombay, anywhere, you will identify almost at least a few people from every country on this earth. Some people from America, some from United Kingdom, some from Germany, some from Pakistan also, some people from Bangladesh, some people from Central Asia, some people from Russia. You will find, because they will come for business purpose, they will come from tourism purpose, they come from hospital purpose. Within a city, so many people across the globe, multiracial, that means cosmopolitan character. That's where. Now you see how by this time itself, if these many people are there, means by this time, this must have attracted, India must have attracted people across the globe, whatever known world at that time. Some from Africa, some from Persia, some from Central Asia, some from South Asia, everywhere. So this is how multiracial. And they were, Egypt pyramids represent the religious character. They are contemporary to Egypt people, but they did not give that much importance to temples or religious activities. Religious appears to be a private affair, but in terms of publicly, openly, they did not have much evidence. It appears that they were secular society. That means they believe in religion, they believe in God, they practiced burials also. But it appears it's a private affair, not dominated the public sphere. Secular society. So urban character, cosmopolitan, secular society. Some of the characteristics. Now, no Varna system, because Varna system emerged after Indus Valley, but definitely it is a class-based society. But class-based. Upper class, lower class. Upper class and lower class. Urban in nature, multiracial, cosmopolitan, secular society, no Varna, but class-based, upper class and lower class. On what basis we are telling means, the upper side of the town, this upper side of the town appears to be the place where rich people were living, and lower town where middle class or lower class were living. In some places, some quarters for laborers were also there. That's why it appears this particular society is class-based. And when it comes to this urban in nature, town planning is one of the special feature of this. This is town planning. It's not that haphazard growth. Someone must be there who are regularizing it, who are monitoring the city growth. That's why urban in nature, but town planning. In that town planning, giving importance to sanitation, health. So it means the society of Indus Valley people were very much concerned about health and sanitation. That's why proper drainage system was maintained. Proper drainage system. City was built in grid structure. That means the streets cut at right angles. Grid structure. Now you see overall town planning itself is one of the important mains question. But here we are dealing with overall characteristics. That's why we are not going in detail. In detail we will go in the further videos. This, when it comes to special or salient characteristics, are this. Salient features or the characteristics of IVC means 3 phases. It evolved and declined in multiple phases. Next one, it is having multiple names, another feature. Multiple subsistence strategies or patterns. Some were depending on agriculture, some on economic activities of artisan industry, some trading, some domestication of animals. Even in India, today also we are doing the same thing. They have done 4000 years ago itself. That's where the specialty of IVC comes into play. Society, urban in nature, multiracial, secular society, class-based, and town planning, one of the special characteristics of this civilization. Next, when it comes to society, they were educated society. Educated society. That's why script is there. That's why script. They have written, but we are yet to decipher. Not yet, but not yet deciphered. That's why we do not know what is their language. It is not Sanskrit. Sanskrit today also we can understand and we can read and we can easily identify if that is Sanskrit. But that is not Sanskrit. That is something else. Unless we decipher it, we cannot read it. If we are able to read it, then a new light, a new information may come to light. Maybe that time IVC, whatever information, whatever understanding we have so far may change in future. But for now, not yet deciphered, but definitely educated society. Clear? Now, importance to fashion. So many elements, more than weapons, more items related to the cosmetics, related to makeup kits, that kind of elements were identified. Next, peace loving society. This is the characteristic, because not much weapons were identified. Not much weapons. In the archaeological survey, whatever elements which we discovered, they are related to trading activities, but not related to swords, chariots, horses. This kind of war-related material did not come much. Whatever swords that are available, that are not large scale, that's why it appears peace-loving. And when it comes to administration, probably they were focusing more on trade and peace rather than conquest. That's where peace-loving society. So these are some of the characteristics with respect to society. So economy angle, society angle, then naming angle. Next, politico-administration. Politico-administration. Politico-administration means we do not know clarity, we do not have any clarity unless we read script, we cannot say anything about it. It appears maybe trading class. Maybe trading class was the ruling class. That's why it is not much importance given to wars, battles, conquest, but maintaining peaceful relationship across Indus Valley Civilization. Municipal administration. Municipal administration must be there, because the bricks used by the towns having a very standard size. That means unless there is a regulatory mechanism across the cities, you cannot maintain similar kind of bricks. Now, weights and measures also. When weights and measures means, if you come to Indus Valley Civilization, if you go to Harappa also, people should have same. Mohenjo-daro also should have same. Otherwise, how they sell their products? If there are multiple measures, then people cannot interact easily. If they are coming from Gujarat to Punjab region and Afghanistan region and going to Rajasthan region means some kind of administration must be there. Proper weights and measures were there. Town planning is an indication of municipal administration. But beyond this, whether a priest, religious people ruled or not, we don't know. Secular, that's why it appears to be secular, not grand temples were there, not grand mosques were there. That is going, not big churches were there. That is the characteristic later period. At this point of time, in case of Indus Valley Civilization, that did not emerge. This is our political administration. Now, when it comes to religious characteristic, so religion, some characteristics are the nature related to religion means they were worshipping, it appears, worshipped many natural animals, plants. So nature worship, it appears. So plants also worship, animals also worship, snakes also worship. These are all the symbols that came from the seals. Even mythical animals also worshipped. Unicorn, mythical. So nature, whatever nature is giving, they worshipped. In this form, like a tree worship, animal worship, snakes worship. They are even belief in ghosts also. That's why in some of the places these seals were used as amulets. Ghosts. Probably they were believing in this. They practiced burials also. That's why probably they are believing in next life. But it appears to be a private affair, not the public affair. Private affair. In Mohenjo-daro, there is a place called Great Bath. But as of now, there is no clarity what is the purpose of this. Maybe some kind of ceremony, some kind of festival happened. During that festival, people used to offer great bath. But means people take bath and worship somewhere. That is how some kind of evidence is there, but still not yet clear. Therefore, it appears to be private affair, not the public affair. Religion did not dominate the political system, but it is a private affair. People were believing in multiple things. Animal worship, plants, and male and female worship. Male proto-Shiva and female, many terracotta, many clay came with terracotta objects of Mother Goddess. So therefore, these are all appears to be private. So simply, religion is a private affair. Public did not dominate. It seems. So whenever you have to write the sentence in the mains, you have to write like this. It seems for IVC people, religion is a private affair rather than public affair. Is a characteristic. These are the various characteristics of Indus Valley Civilization. Salient features of the character. It's very important. I am restricting myself to this particular topic only in this video, because if I do everything in single video, then you will not get much details about each and every section, because each and every element is very important for the mains. That's why in this video I am covering only broader salient features. In the coming subsequent videos, we are going to deal with in detail how Indus Valley people organize their economic activities, how their society is there, and how their political administration, and how their religious. because each and every element can be a mains question. So that's why I don't want to do everything fast manner. We will go in detail. We will go very clear manner. All right. With this, I'm ending this video. This is the topic that covered salient features or the characteristics. Now, do you see so many features, so many characteristics? When majority of the places in the world are like this. With this, we will end this video. Now, this is the Indian subcontinent. This is the place. In this place, it survived. Now, what is this timeline? If you take mature phase 2600 BC to 1900 BC, if you take Indian subcontinent only, what is the main characteristic here? Hunting and gathering. Here, agriculture, 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 hunting and gathering, domestication of animals. When these many, in all these areas, this is the lifestyle. But when this is the lifestyle of the rest of these areas, but what about these people? Cities, towns, and that also planned, industries, and international connection. International connection. And now technology-wise bronze. What about these people? When these people are using stone tools, they are using bronze. Could you see this part of the Indian subcontinent, how advanced during this time period? That's why a mains question can be asked about what are the salient features of this civilization. Multiple names, multiple economic subsistence patterns, very dynamic society, religion also, multiple ways of worshipping different natural forces, plants, animals, male, female. But at the same time, it appears to be private, secular, peace-loving, not war people, not warriors. This is one of the greatest soft power for India. Even in today's diplomacy also, in the present day context also, this is one of the important dimension in highlighting India's position at the international level, that Indians were always peace lovers. India always wanted to maintain peace across the globe because since ancient times, even though this much big civilization is there, this civilization appears gave importance to the trade, not to the wars and battles. Because the evidence, whatever that is coming, it is showing a peace-loving nature only, not weapons came out. You see this? These are salient features, characteristics of Indus Valley Civilization. With this, we have ended another part of Indus Valley Civilization. So far we have covered part 1 and part 2 in Indus Valley Civilization. Next video, we will cover some other issues in Indus Valley Civilization. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.